So, a few days back, this Captain Janeway breezes into my cozy penal colony like she owns the place. She's stern and smells like coffee and regulations. And the kicker? She's served with my old man on the Albatani. Turns out her security chief, Tuvok, was playing spy on a Maquis ship that vanished in the Badlands. Now Janeway needs that missing ship found, and because of my past associations, I'm apparently the resident expert on the Badlands. I find the missing Maquis. She puts in a good word for me at my next parole review. Simple. Still, the view is infinitely better than a holding cell. It's not every day you get a front row seat on a brand new Intrepid-class starship's maiden voyage. The USS Voyager. Might even get to touch the helm.
Okay, here we are. Gentlemen, I need to caution everybody, I have no voices for any of these people. Gentlemen, welcome to Voyager. Ensign Kim, you're fresh from the Academy. Ready for your first deep space assignment? Sorry, Ensign Kim always makes me laugh. He's a really nice guy, by the way, from everything that I've seen. Reporting for duty, Captain. It's an honor to be here. I hope I live up to your expectations. Ensign Kim, I trust you've already met Tom Paris, our esteemed observer, a former Maquis pilot who will help us search the Badlands for the Maquis vessel. With all due respect, ma'am, observer is hardly a title befitting my talents. I'm the best damn pilot in the sector. Call me pilot extraordinaire, Ensign. A Maquis? Wow, I've heard lots of stories about them, I mean. Relax. I was with the Maquis for only a few weeks before I was captured and sent to a lovely little penal colony in New Zealand. I would rather be in a penal colony in New Zealand than in my house. I am kidding, almost. It seems like a really nice place. Penal colony? Enough chatter, gentlemen. All hands, this is the captain. Report to your stations. Helm, take us into the Badlands. Maximum warp. Anna is asking if I've watched the series. Yes. I would say that I've seen all of it. However, I also thought that I saw every episode of Star Trek The Next Generation, and every once in a while there'll be an episode that comes up that I have absolutely no memory of. The Badlands, a treacherous region of space where violent plasma storms can cripple even the most advanced starships. Captain Janeway observes the swirling chaos from the view screen, a subtle smile playing on her lips. She's ready for the challenge. Scanners are picking up no other vessels in the system, Captain. It's your time to shine, Mr. Paris. Any ideas where your former colleagues might be hiding? I wasn't exactly Maquis of the Year, Captain, but they did prefer underground bases, remote planets, and... Captain, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm reading some coherent Tetrion beam scanning us, and a displacement wave heading towards us! A colossal wave of turbulent energy surges towards Voyager, its power dwarfing anything the crew has ever seen. With no time to analyze the threat, emergency measures are initiated. Red alert. Helm, evasive maneuvers. Too late. Kim is here to tell us. Too late. The wave will intercept us in 5 seconds. Brace for impact. As the crew regains consciousness, they find their bridge in total devastation. Twisted metal, sparking consoles, and injured crewmates paint a grim picture. What just happened? Damage report. Major hull and deck damage, and transporters are offline, and we're receiving casualty reports. Bridge to sickbay. Doctor, I've got injured crew on the bridge. Doctor? Damn. Captain, we're losing systems across multiple decks. The deuterium tanks are empty. Warp core's gone to gray mode. We're on reserves, baby. I mean, barely. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Scan for the closest source of deuterium. External sensors are offline. Stellar cartography must be down. Voyager's blind, Captain. Janeway to engineering. We need stellar cartography back online now. All right, click the question mark there on the left of the screen to revisit any tutorial screen. Activate stellar cartography in the lower left part of the ship. Well, I'm sure that'll make sense in a second. Right now, lower left means nothing to me. To activate it, open up its menu by selecting the room and switching on the power supply. Oh, nice. This is our ship. Okay, how do we... Okay, so middle button drags around, and so does right button. So we're looking for the lower left. Hold on, I'm very bad at this already. Stellar cartography. Oh, here it is. Okay. So we'll turn that on. Captain, sensors are picking up something out there, but, what Harry is trying to stammer is that we're not in the Badlands anymore. Assuming it's snowing for him, how are you? I'm doing okay. Tomorrow will be a lot of shoveling, but for today... What is that thing? Where are we? If our sensors are working, we just jumped over 70,000 light years into the Delta Quadrant. The Delta Quadrant? How? Captain, life support systems are failing. This array will have to wait. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Find us a deuterium source. Scan points of interest marked with white question marks to reveal resources. Scan until you reveal deuterium. Alright, so we've got question mark, question mark. I'm here, I think. Oh, no, I'm here. Okay. How do you do it? Sorry. Let's grab the deuterium then. Navigate your ship by traveling to various locations. While traveling, time passes in the form of cycles. When visiting points of interest, you can choose between different approaches with different risks and outcomes. The different colors of the chance bar represent possible outcome. Dark green and light green are excellent and good outcomes, which give you better resources and morale increases. Yellow are average outcomes with maybe some minor setbacks. Orange and red are bad and terrible outcomes, lead to low rewards, and medium to major setbacks like destroyed rooms, hull damage, or severe injuries. Okay, well, we found some deuterium, so wait, can we... Does it cost us anything to scan? Scan is right bumper. Okay, we've got some bricks over here. So I guess this is deuterium, the molecule symbol. I feel like we might as well just know where everything is. Okay. In terms of deuterium, well, that's one cycle away, and this one here is 2, so we're going to go over here. Chaos stepped away for a bit. Why are the dilithium crystals breaking up? They're very unstable, and also it is conceivable that a space baby is having a tantrum, which is a deep cut. If anybody understands that reference, I am deeply sorry that you understand that reference. I was very irritated by that personally. We detected a small debris field scattered across a wide area. The debris appears to be the remnants of a vessel. Maybe we can find something useful. So we've got some options here. Oh, I have a tractor beam. Collect any easily accessible resources, or use the tractor beam to try to clump up the debris for easier collection. I wonder if that's going to be a minigame. I have no deuterium, so... Hold on. That's deuterium. Dilithium. Oh, they're literally breaking up. I don't know. A rare resource that's mandatory for warp core upgrades. It's also used to construct shuttles, to hire allied ships for combat, and to advance in the tech tree. Dilithium is a valuable trading resource. We've got science points. Bio-neural gel packs. Yeah, Voyager has those. And they came up like 3 times ever, I felt like. And then Borg nanites. We have very few of those. Okay, well, if we can hold up to 1,000, and this will get us 734, maybe we can do the tractor beam. Oh, maybe that was up to 734, because we got 330. Jess is asking, are we talking about the burn or something else? I was mostly referencing the burn. The burn is a really cool concept, and I was just extremely annoyed when they revealed what did it. Captain, we can now deactivate gray mode. Ready to increase warp core output. The warp core is the reactor that powers the ship. To generate energy, it continuously consumes deuterium. Depending on the reactor level, you produce more energy, but more deuterium is required. Increase the power output by selecting main engineering and switching the warp core to a higher tier. Okay, so what do we learn here? So in gray mode, we have 60 energy, and if we go up here... I don't 100% know. Oh, you know what I bet it is? For 24 deuterium, you get 120 power, and then for every 5 that you go above that, it's 1 more deuterium. I think that's what we're seeing there. I hope that's what it is. All right, so let's turn our warp core on. Good. Now, what about this thing, this array? I can't really tell, Captain, but our scanners detected a Maquis vessel next to it. Well, this is marked as optional, so I don't think it's an either-or. Let's try hailing them. Hail them. No response, Captain. Let's scan them. Scan the ships for life signs. There's no one on board, Captain. All right, so now we have a percentage chance. It looks like it's pretty good because we have... Maybe these are our sensor arrays. Let's do it. What about the array? Several life forms on board, Captain. Is one of them Vulcan? I'm not sure, Captain. The signals are weak. That's an oddly specific thing for you to be asking about. We'll just have to see for ourselves. I want the transporter room repaired and ready. Mr. Paris, get us to a duranium deposit. We'll need it to repair the transporter room. Keep track of your resources in the main HUD. Yeah, we were looking at this. Deuterium, your fuel that powers the warp drive. Duranium and tritanium, essential for construction and repair. Crew is needed to operate key systems and rooms. Okay, that's our energy. Batteries, we don't have any of those. Okay, so the bricks are duranium. And then tritanium looks like a brain blob. And then we've got food. Oh, we have no food at all. That seems concerning. That's an odd thing for us to have not brought with us. So we want to go for bricks, and the closest source of duranium... Wait, what is it called again? Yes, duranium is over here. Okay, we found an abandoned ship adrift in space. It's powered down but structurally sound with sealed storage compartments. Well, we can't blow it up, and yeah, we might as well take what we can get. Okay, 53 duranium. We now have all the duranium we need. Engineering is standing by to repair the transporter. Damaged rooms are not operational. Select a room to bring up the room controls. If you have the resources and work teams needed, you can initiate repairs. Okay, work teams look like that. What do we have, by the way? Like, we're going to do the tutorial here, but we've got a workshop. Several... Oh, life support for the various decks. We want to do the torpedo so that we can blow up the ship next time. And we've got a navigational deflector, main engineering, shuttle bay. Okay, we'll proceed on it. I just wanted to see what else we had access to. So we have 1 work team and 32 crews. Or no, 32 crews are sitting around doing nothing, I think. Transporters are back online, Captain. Mr. Paris, set course for the array. It's time we got some answers. All right. Normally, I'd like to go around and, like, explore a lot, but I feel like this is tutorial time, so let's go here. Cass is going to be away for a while, making some pizza dough. Hey, if we can provide some fun background sound, I'd be happy to do that. Inner's voting for more power. Ensign Kim and Mr. Paris, get ready for your first away mission. Away missions present a series of challenges. Heroes possess skills and traits. Select heroes with the matching skills for your away team. Well, I feel like Janeway's already made this call for us. Okay, yes. Tom Paris and Harry Kim. So over here, it's got, like, challenges, and I guess we want to be in Starfleet. We want to have medicine and science ability, and then also some wrench ability. Can we see anything about these? Oh, wait. Hold on. So he has some medical training and some wrench ability, and he has, Harry Kim has some science ability, and is also quick-witted, which unfortunately doesn't tell us more about what that means, like in this context. Recommended traits, pilot and quick-witted. We have an incredibly good team for that then. Decide an approach and select the hero to complete the challenge with the appropriate skill. If the skill is lower than the requirement, the success chance is displayed. I don't know who's talking, so... Captain, we seem to have materialized in the middle of a cornfield. This place is eerily similar to Earth, but something's off. Any suggestions on what to do next? So, we could look for footprints or strange noises, or scan for any life signs or strange energy signatures. Well, this one is 4 off, and so is this one. I feel like I want to open this up for some votes, but also this is a really minor topic. So let's... Well, scanning seems safe to do. We're going to have Harry Kim do some scanning. Harry and Tom use their tricorders to scan for life signs and detect a strange energy spike emanating from a nearby area. Following the readings, they navigate through the corn... Funny sentence, and find a farm with people working the fields. An old man sits on the porch of a nearby farmhouse strumming a banjo. After a challenge, the participating team members are fatigued and their skill values are reduced. Let them rest for the next challenge to recover and plan ahead accordingly. Captain, this old man seems harmless enough. He might know what's going on here. How should we approach him? Okay, well now we have 3 options. Demand to know what's going on. Try to read his body language for clues. Argue with facts that this can't be a farm on Earth and you want to know what's going on. Fact. We are not on Earth, Banjo Man. But Harry Kim is fatigued. And yeah, you can see up here. So he got really tired from using his tricorder. This is very unlikely, it looks like, but this is pretty likely. Try to read his body language. Tom Paris, we're going to have him do that. Harry and Tom discreetly observe the old man, trying to analyze his body language. Something feels off, like he's putting on an act, but they can't quite put a finger on why. The old man seems perplexed by their presence, muttering about Harry and Tom being early and how it's not their turn yet. He invites them to stay on the farm and wait, offering them some fresh corn cobs. Sorry, the corn... the ongoing corn thing is weirdly funny to me in Star Trek. It's very James T. Kirk. So we got some +5 science. Or something. You can select more than one hero for a challenge if they possess the required skill. If the accumulated skill value is equal or higher than the required number, you have a chance for critical success, the golden part of the chance bar. Okay, I will trust you on that. The old man isn't much help. We'll try to find the Maquis ourselves. There's a large barn behind the farmhouse. The tricorder readings are off the charts. There's definitely something strange about it, especially that back wall. Investigate the barn wall for hidden door. Try to analyze what these energy readings could be. Well, this is the one they can both do, and it would give them a chance at critical success. And we'll also get to see, like, does Tom become double fatigued? Like, I feel like this is the time to take risks. Try to find a way to break the illusion. Oh, and we'd get 150 deuterium as well, which we need because we can only store 1,000. Okay, so we're going to have both of them. Let's watch what happens up here. 18, 10, 15. Okay, we didn't get critical success. Yeah, he went down even more. So we need to be careful about using the same person multiple times. Harry and Tom tried to disrupt the energy field, causing a flicker in the air. But before they can break the illusion, the people from the field burst in, wielding farm tools as weapons. The old man appears and reveals the barn is an illusion, the back wall dissolving to show a bluish, glowing room where unconscious people, including a tattooed man and a half-Klingon woman, lie on surgical tables. Sometimes you have to make major decisions that influence how the story proceeds. These decisions are marked with a golden outline. Oh, let's do a vote for this then. These people must be the missing Maquis. They're being held here, Captain. We must get them out of here. So we can wake up the tattooed man or the half-Klingon woman with the note that I guess they're both kind of fatigued. Yeah, because they both did the last thing. So hold on. Tattooed man, Klingon woman. Let's do a quick vote. Okay, people are voting for Klingon woman. So let's do this. Oh, and this is a guaranteed success now that I look at it. We might even get critical success and have, like, Klingon harem. Oh, we did it! Harry sprints towards the half-Klingon woman, hoping to rouse her. As he reaches out, the old man stops him, a look of concern on his face. Before Harry can react, a blinding white light fills the room and everything goes blank. And we got 300 deuterium, which I think is really helpful. Okay, away team success. Oh, we leveled up! You guys! Can we make Harry Kim the best person on Voyager? Can we make him the best ensign since Wesley Crusher? Oh, I want him to be our highest level person. Samalander, hello to Samalander, says, you could not renew your contract. Yes, but you see, he likes having money. Right, if you enjoy having money, then you can also not talk about... Like, let me be clear. Robert Beltran appears to have a lot of extremely well-founded feedback, let's say, on things that he thinks can and should have been done differently, but he has a level of antipathy towards, like, the whole experience that is a little surprising as all. We have 3 successful challenges and 1 critical success. Injury-free bonus, that's cool. Harry didn't twist his ankle. And Sector 1 is ×1, so that's super. A sudden return. Captain Janeway anxiously awaits the return of her away team when Harry Kim unexpectedly materializes behind her. What happened on the array? Whoa, I'm back on Voyager? What happened over there, Mr. Kim? We lost contact with you for several hours. Hours? But we were just there, right, Tom? Tom? Seems like he's still on the array. I hope... Captain, we're being hailed by the Maquis. Oh no, I need to do a Roxanne Dawson. I have no Roxanne Dawson in me. Starfleet. I don't know what you did to our commander, but I can still ram this wreck into your precious starship. Ram us? One of our own is also missing. It would make sense to postpone the ramming until we're all accounted for. Does that sound reasonable? Yeah, we're beaming over. Oh boy, she folded fast. Despite Janeway's invitation, the arrival of the Maquis crew is fraught with tension. Both sides remain wary as they prepare to discuss their shared predicament. Don't play games, Starfleet. We're armed and ready to defend ourselves. I wouldn't have it any other way. Glad to have you back, Tuvok. Likewise, Captain. Ms. Torres, I must inform you that I was assigned to infiltrate the Maquis. Sorry, Balan is very funny to me. I never liked you, Vulcan. That is unsurprising. I assure you I perform my Maquis duties to the highest standards. Patak! You win some, you lose some. Let's focus on bringing Mr. Paris and your commander back. She's so petulant. His name is Chakotay, and we can't get back in that easy. They're sealed, and their communications are cut off. Lieutenant Tuvok, get down to engineering and find a way to bypass whatever's jamming our communications. Report back as soon as you have a solution. Captain, the ship's status remains critical. Repair protocols are imperative. We require resources in the engineering office to mobilize additional workforces. Prioritize life support, secure core decks, and restore Deck 5 functionality first to gain access to the engineering office. To be able to supply power to a room, you need to activate the life support unit and the corresponding deck to the corresponding deck. Each life support unit consumes energy, so plan accordingly. Well, I think that we have up to 120, so we're good for now. We will turn on our life support, which is 18. Life support restored on Deck 5, Captain. Engineering office is now accessible. And of course it's a mess. Ugh, we're gonna have to fix it before we can even use it. You know what would have been amazing? You guys, we need to have DLC where in, like, just for clarity, big fan of Kate Mulgrew. They need to do DLC where you get to play as Jean-Vieve Bujold, where you get the other Captain Janeway, Nicole Janeway. Oh, I really want that now. Oh my god, they'd get so sued. It'll be great. Let's repair engineering office. That's a super deep cut for everybody. Repairs in progress. Until completion, it would be logical to scan all planets in the system and gather more deuterium and duranium. I'm slightly ahead of you. Explore the system and gather more resources until the engineering office is repaired. Oh, wow, you can zoom in all the way. I didn't realize that. Okay. So, we're half full on deuterium. I feel like we want to have some more duranium. So, do we have any more bricks around? Yes. They're very far away. Why don't we see if we can top off on deuterium then? Oh, and there's a Class M planet. Maybe there's some people there. Oh, now I can't stop thinking about, like, if anybody has never seen, there actually exists, like, test footage of Genevieve Bujold as the original Captain Janeway, and it's so weird. It's so weird because, like, everybody else is the same, but Captain Janeway is this extremely diminutive and almost like shrinking French-Canadian woman, and it's just so odd. And I've always been interested, like, what if she'd stayed on? By the way, Sam Lander was saying the best ensigns in Wesley Crusher. Hey man, he was an awesome ensign. He never made it further than that, and he did participate in that Red Squad like death, which by the way was another Robert Duncan McNeil role. Isn't it true? Can somebody fact check me on this? Isn't it true that Robert Duncan McNeil played a different character in Voyager because otherwise they would have had to pay royalties to the author of that script for Next Generation where he was originally in, so they just like gave him a different name and the exact same backstory? Am I misremembering that? Anyway, engineering, we did it. Close the report. Well, I want to look at it. Engineering office is fully operational again, Captain. We have an additional work crew. We now have an additional work team to carry out 2 tasks simultaneously. Building or repairing rooms, even clearing debris, occupies work teams. To be able to carry out several tasks at the same time, obtain additional teams by building or upgrading engineering offices. Logically, we should now focus on Deck 2 and the mess hall to ensure the crew's food supply. I feel like we're out of that, though. Maintaining their physical endurance. This requires reactivating life support in that section first. The morale bar shows your current morale. Okay, that's the purple bar. The change to morale per cycle is number 2. Okay, so that's the number at the end. And icons indicating your crew's needs. So they need food and housing, at least in this example. Open the overview screen and switch to morale. Oh, overview screen. Hold on, I sort of want to look at that so that we can learn it. Your decisions in ship management, food, crew, and quarters, and events affect crew morale. If morale falls to 0, the crew mutinies and the game is over. Step 1, you don't have to wear your uniform anymore. Okay, how do you get to the overview screen? Clicking here doesn't do that. Is this it? Oh, yes, it is. Okay. So, negative 1,200 is the max morale. 50 people are without quarters, or maybe the penalty is 50. But nobody's sick, gravely sick, injured, or severely injured. Oh, and it shows you what this is. So, at low morale, you get some penalties, and at high morale, you get some bonuses. Okay, we'll look through the rest of this later. I just wanted to learn about morale. Okay, we'll turn on life support. Life support restored on Deck 2, Captain. Access to the mess hall is now possible. However, it has sustained extensive damage. Emergency rations are currently deployed. After repair, the crew can access replicator rations again. Okay, so 1 work crew will take 3 cycles and 6 deuterium, which we have. Or whatever this is. Hold on. Duranium. And apparently later on we can upgrade that, but we'll look at that later. We'll just do this. Repairs in progress. Until completion, we should address crew accommodation. The ruined room must be cleared to create room for residential sections. The ship is heavily damaged and many parts are destroyed beyond repair. To free up new building space, you will first have to remove the remnants of the old. Select the room and give the order to clear the debris. Removing debris takes time to pass the time travel on the map. Yeah, we're going someplace, so that'll work out well. So we will clear the debris. Oh, and look, it's like XCOM. We're going to get back some duranium, I think that is. While waiting for our work teams to finish, we should continue to collect more resources. Yes, let's do this. But we don't want to have more than 460. Scan. Click. Oh, look, that's perfect. We found an abandoned ship. It's structurally sound. There's a lot of abandoned ships around. Hopefully we can get close to it. Okay, average. So we wanted green, not yellow. I have no control over that for anybody watching. Like, it just does what it's going to do. So we got some, but we didn't max out, I think is good. Pardon me. It means that nothing was lost. Okay, let's go get some of this duranium. That's 6 cycles. Sorry, I'm just still working out how to go around. Yeah, we're going to go to the closest source of duranium. Really? Jab is saying Jeffrey Combs once played Wei-Yun and Brunt in the same episode on DS9. That must have been a real party. He wasn't... They didn't play in the same scene, did he? Okay, we've repaired the mess hall. Mess hall repairs are completed, Captain. We should switch to replicator rations now. It would enhance crew well-being. With every cycle, your crew consumes rations. You can always use emergency rations, which don't require resources, but lower morale. The crew is used to consume premium rations made by the replicator. Those increase morale, but consume deuterium. Well, we've got a lot of that for now, so we'll have a big feast. Replicator rations are now issued to the crew, Captain. Alright, and this is as far in as we can go. That's what it looked like on the show. Like, I remember, like... This matches what I remember of how it looked. Maybe a little smaller, but that's fine, because we're only seeing it in the cross-section. Toggle powers E. Keep exploring the system. Alright, so we want to go back to this. Oh, I should have assigned the crew to do something else. The work team. Ruined room removal concluded. Maybe we should rebuild some crew quarters now? It'll do wonders for morale, Captain. To build new rooms, select the empty building space and bring up the construction menu. If you have enough work teams and resources, you can build the room. Every room needs a corresponding area, so plan accordingly, period. Okay, so we want... He said... Okay, I guess all we can do is emergency quarters because we don't have the ability to do any of these other things right now. Your crew is the lifeblood of your ship. Each crew requires personnel to operate, so keep this in mind when adding new rooms or upgrades. Don't forget to provide the necessary accommodation or morale may drop faster than you'd like. Wait, how many people are needed to keep the crew quarters up and running? Oh, hold on. Captain, the array's jamming signal has been neutralized. We should be able to establish communication. Let's hope they respond. Hail the array.
Who's this? Why are you bothering me? Oh, it's you. Why are you back? You don't have what I need.
I remember that voice, Captain. It's the old man with the banjo, but his form is entirely different compared to how he appeared. Really, Harry? In what ways is this not an old man with a banjo? Captain, I swear to God, before he did have the banjo, and also was a human being. I'm Captain Janeway of the Federation starship Voyager. We mean you no harm. We just want our people back.
Your people? Your people are no longer here. They might have what I need. You'll just have to leave them.
Alright, I think we might vote on the golden options, but this is... Appeal to his humanity, try to intimidate him, let B'Elanna talk. Well, I don't think we should ever let B'Elanna talk. Oh, wait, this is optional. Scan the array for Tom and Chakotay. I won't rely on the words of a stranger. Scan the array for life signs of Tom and Chakotay. No sign of them, Captain, and no humanoid life forms indicated at all. Who or what are we talking to right now? Well... these are all equal, though. I kind of do want to open this up for a vote. So, humanity, intimidate, or B'Elanna. Let's put up a vote. No, not raid. Poll. How to approach. And then we'll go humanity. What was it called? Intimidate? Or B'Elanna. And we'll do a quick poll. By the way, Inner's watching the Picard series at the moment, and is in the last season. We watched the first season of Picard, and I've shared this observation before. I feel like that was a 90-minute movie that they managed to stretch out into a multi-episode full season, and it was only like 6 or 8 episodes, but boy, it did a lot of not moving very far very fast. I appreciate it in theory, and in practice I feel like they needed to draw in some more writers and figure out how to make the most of the story that they wanted to tell. Jeffrey Combs is a really interesting person and went on to play, I don't remember the name of the character, but a major recurring character in Star Trek Enterprise as well. One of those, the guys with the blue antennas. Okay, people are voting for B'Elanna. Let B'Elanna talk. No, listen, here, you oversized jello. Return Chakotay, or I'll use that banjo in ways only a Klingon could. Got it?
The struggle for survival, it is a heavy burden. I have no time for this. There isn't enough time.
Time for what?
To ensure their survival.
Who? Like, what do you mean offer their help? We don't even know what he's talking about. We're gonna go with whose survival. I hope you're not talking about Chakotay and the pilot.
Your people? No, your people may just hold the key to their survival, and I must hurry. No, you're stealing my time. Don't you understand? I don't have time. Not enough time.
We've been cut off, Captain. This is getting us nowhere. We have to find our people fast. You managed to extract valuable information, Ms. Torres. I commend you for that. Captain, if I may, I have observed that the array has been sending energy pulses towards the 5th planet of the neighboring system ever since our arrival. Given the lack of information regarding our missing crew's location, investigating this planet appears to be the most logical next step. It's the only lead we have. Thoughts, Ms. Torres? I don't like this any more than you do, but it'll be easier if we work together, Captain. Helm, set course for the 5th planet of the neighboring system. Let's find our people. Set a course for the 5th planet in the neighboring system. Maximum warp. The sector map shows the entire sector with several star systems. You can either travel directly to another system, or you can scan the system first and select a specific... Oh, point of interest. I was like, Paul? P-O-I, point of interest. I swear to God, that really feels like something that maybe they had intended to expand for release. But there we go. We want our deuterium, though, or duranium. We came all the way here. So let's focus on salvaging other parts of the ship. We need to get our torpedo. I need to put my work crews to work. Okay, we got 51 of that. Stop for a second. I feel like our work crews are just lounging about. Shield generator. Repair. Yeah, we probably want that. So that'll be 2 cycles. And can we clear out another room? We just want to make sure we don't hit our maximum, though, because if we get back research... Yes, okay, so we'll get 24 duranium. So we'll do that. Oh. Sorry, our teams are busy. Yes, okay, so we're building and repairing. That seems like what we'd want to do. So let's go to the sector map, then. Yeah, we've got deuterium. We've got energy. We've got duranium. And we haven't seen hide nor hair of any of this other stuff. So clear more and build emergency quarters for the entire crew. We will be working on that, but that's what they're doing in the background. I guess I probably should have cleared out some space, but we need shields, right? Like, what good are sleeping quarters if you're constantly getting bombarded? Okay. Oh, wait, we can scan ahead, it said. Scan. Ocampa, all right. And then... Okay, so we can't scan other systems, but I guess we want to go directly here. Pew! Okay, shield generator. We've got that. Let's enter ship. Now, that's going to take another 5 energy, but again, as long as we stay below 120, I feel like we're good. Yeah, we'll just have 2 people working there. And then... See, sickbay, I kind of feel like we want to have that, but it's saying to focus on giving people places to live. So... I feel like we can only build on this stack and this stack. Okay, I like these rooms specifically because if the emergency quarters are 2 squares, these are 2 squares. So we're going to go up here. Okay, I'm clicking on this. There he goes. Jab never cared for Picard or Next Generation in general, really? I own the original series and DS9. I have seen many episodes in the original series, and it's probably the Star Trek that I am the least like thoroughly familiar with, because a lot of those I watched with my parents when I was very young. So like I've seen a lot of them, and a lot of them won't have like the same level of memory. Emergency quarters. So we did build that. Okay. Yeah, fortunately. Yeah, I was going to say, okay, so there's no crew that have to like turn over the mattresses or whatever. It's only the 2 power. All right, let's put our work crew to use here. We'll clear out some more debris. Okay, we've done that. And let's see if we can make it into quarters. Crew quarters. I feel like doing the tutorial stuff is really wise when you're learning it for the first time. Captain, we've reached our destination. Orders? Wait, hold on. How are we doing? Because that was a few days, right? We could use with some fuel. Like, if it's not an emergency. Let's see what's around. Yes, alright. Oh, look, we've got some science stuff. Let's get the deuterium first. Because it's very close. Okay, we've done the room. Yeah, and look, we can only store 100 of this, so we might as well be spending it on things that the people want. So we're going to put in another... Wait, hold on. How many do we need, though? Okay, 38 people don't have housing, and these hold 12 apiece. Hold on, where's the other one? Yes, sorry. 12 apiece. So, yes, we will do some more here. Wait, what did I do? I think I screwed up. I want to do this, this. There we go. Okay. And now back to the system. Oh, I love this tractor beam. So we can get up to 500. Last time I read it, I thought, oh, it's 500. No, it's up to 500, and we could store all of that. So we're going to try to use the tractor beam. And we got all 500. We got 100% of it. Okay, now we can go back here. Yeah, let's go back here, because we're going to get back some duranium maybe from the rooms that we clear out. I keep doing right-click to move. Captain, we reach our destination. Orders? Let's see what we have here. Following the array's energy pulses, Voyager discovers a desert planet with a harsh, unforgiving landscape. Are Tom Paris and Commander Chakotay perhaps being held in this place? We've assigned him the rank of commander, have we? The Maquis terrorist? Okay. What makes this place so special? Okay, well, the sensor array, let's check on the energy pulses, because that's 100%. Anything noteworthy about the energy pulses? They're consistently targeting a single location, a barren piece of desert. I recommend an away team investigate the area. There is something else. The interval. Sorry, he's much more... Sorry, he's less Spock and more, well, Tuvok. So I don't know that I've got that. There is something else. The interval between each pulse has decreased by 0.47 seconds since we left the array. They're getting faster. The entity said he's running out of time, right? Whatever that means, we'd better hurry. Well, let's do a general scan, because that's also optional. Let's see what we can learn about this planet. It has all the basic characteristics of an M-class planet, but no ocean, no river, nothing. However, there are settlements. Okay, we can't do anything more. We don't have a science laboratory. Strange, but intriguing. Prepare an away team. We'll examine this world firsthand. Captain, a small ship is approaching. They're hailing us. On screen. Oh! A peculiar alien with a mischievous grin greets Voyager from his chaotic vessel. Neither Starfleet nor the Maquis have ever seen such a species before. Perhaps an inhabitant of the Delta Quadrant? Oh, greetings! Looking for something on this dusty old rock? Would we find anything, Mr. Neelix? Never seen a ship like yours. Let me guess, you were whisked away from somewhere else in the galaxy and brought here against your will. Sounds as though you've heard this story before. Thousands of times. Well, hundreds of times. Maybe 50 times. But the Caretaker has been bringing ships here for months now. The Caretaker? That's what the Ocampa call him. He probably snatched some of your crew too, right? They're likely down on the planet with the Ocampa. But, Captain, it's a tricky place. Dangerous. You could use a guide, but, of course, a guide needs a little, you know. Compensation? Sounds fair. Wonderful! To be honest, I've had it rough recently. Those pesky void voles have been nibbling away at my supplies. Some food or water would be most welcome. If you help us find our missing crew, you can have all the food and water you want. Apparently we're handing that out now, even though it cost us deuterium. It's a deal. Rebuild Voyager and explore the system. Skip cycles until Neelix is ready to talk. We're on Neelix's time now, apparently. All right, so it has pointed out that we don't have a science bay, science laboratory. Okay, I was so busy giving people beds, we didn't do, like, sort of the core Star Trek thing. So maybe let's save the science. I'm worried that I won't have the... well, but we can check it out. Hold on, let's go back to system. If that's 2 cycles... yeah, so I think I'd rather have this. Because if we go there and then there, then it's 3 cycles. So let's go here. We detected a small debris field scattered across a wide area. It appears to be the remnants of a vessel. Maybe we can find something useful. Well, this tractor beam is really coming in handy. Oh, we collected too much. Well, okay, so we filled it up. It's fine. We're not currently excavating any rooms, so we won't get any more deuterium for right now. I hate wasting anything ever. Let's scan. Okay, we could see about the deuterium. We could also do this. I just feel like it's very likely to be full. Let's at least look at it. By the way, Jab was saying he really liked the concept and had high hopes for Voyager, and could say the same thing about Enterprise. I mean, that's the thing about Voyager, the television series. It had a great cast and some great writers and great set design, very good effects for the time, a fascinating premise, and the only thing about Voyager was the show. Like, the actual thing that they did with all of that. And don't get me wrong, like, there's some great Voyager out there. I was interested enough to want to check this out. But yeah, it's hard to look at like the premise of like Maquis and Starfleet being forced to serve on the same ship, and that they got like it felt like 3-4 episodes out of it. It really wasn't, and even then it was like the B story a lot of time. Okay, so we've done our emergency vehicles. I want to get our science bay up and running. Okay, so we've done that. Oh, we've got a communication. Let's do this first, though. Or start this first. We're going to repair the science bay. That's going to be done in 2 days.
What a delicious meal. A culinary masterpiece. I've never encountered such a tangy but comforting, smooth yet vibrant concoction. What's it called again?
Tomato soup.
Tomato soup. I'm something of a culinary wizard myself, you know. My Alfarian hair pasta bowl is widely known for its bold, mouth-watering taste.
Mr. Neelix, I am pleased you are enjoying yourself, but we need your assistance. Now.
Ah, yes, your missing crew, right? Scan the southern continent and look for a range of dead volcanoes. At their foot, you'll find a Kazon Ogla encampment.
What now?
One Kazon sect of many. They control this part of the quadrant. They're a bit difficult, but with the right approach, even they can be reasoned with.
I thought you said the Ocampa had our people. Or the Ocampa had our people.
Well, the Ocampa do have your people. It's just finding them is a bit tricky. My old pal Maj Jabin, the Ogla leader, might know where to look. He's a nice guy, a bit gruff, but he owes me a favor.
Let's ask for more information. Anything else we should know about these Kazon Ogla?
Water is a precious commodity around these parts. The Ogla, they mostly get theirs through trade, so a little liquid diplomacy would go a long way.
Let's send the away team. Very well, prepare an away team, and you'll accompany them, Mr. Neelix. Well, hopefully not for 2 days or so. So fly back to Ocampa. And I don't want to just spend time spinning our cycles. Let's go back to system. So now I kind of want to wait for 2 days. I don't know what... Well, but again, we can look at it, though. We can always leave. Scan the anomaly for a safe distance. Conduct a detailed analysis. Yeah, so science is science. Let's leave for now, and then we'll come back. I'm still going to right-click to move, apparently. Sam Lander says, look, they had the setup where they're cut off from the Federation, had to work with people they might not have done otherwise, that they weren't interested in using because it was hard and easier to do a new weird thing of the week. One of the biggest misfires in Voyager is, especially in the first season, the number of, oh, could this be the thing that gets us home this week? And it's like, no, obviously not. When they did Batman the Animated Series, one of the things that I think it was Bruce Timm wrote up in the Bible is, the show Bible is, no stories about Bruce Wayne's parents. They're off the table. We're not doing it. We're not going to do any stories about the night they were murdered, about the movie that was being shown, about the concierge that sold them the tickets. Nothing. It's completely off the table. Everybody knows it. We want to tell fresh stories that people are interested in. I feel like that they needed to have the show Bible for Voyager say, we're not doing any stories about getting home early, because the audience is never going to accept it. That would just end the show today. The third episode of Voyager is not going to be the end of the series, so let's not be tedious about it. That's just my thoughts on it. It's not that there's no interesting stories to tell there. It just felt like a really cheap way to motivate the crew to care about something. Oh, this could be the way to get home. But the audience isn't going to fall for it. It makes sense for the characters, but you've got to have some meta understanding of what the audience is like. Come on. Anyway, let's enter the ship. We've got our emergency quarters and our science lab. Cool. No research in progress. We don't want to switch it off. Yeah, we were only using half of our power for right now, and 4 of our people are there. We've got 50 people, and 21 of them are just idle. So let's have our emergency quarters up and running. We still need one and a change because we don't have enough people, enough quarters. We could... Oof. Hold on. I don't want to go beyond... We can only pick up 14 duranium. That's going to be 24. If we repair this... Oh, no, this is good. This costs. Okay, yes, repair. Okay, so now I start getting bad at math. This is going to be 26, and this is going to be 24. Perfect. Okay. There we go. That's great. So everybody's busy, and we're going to have a sick bay. And we'll go down here. Captain, we reached our destination. Orders? Let's go. Okay, so Neelix is definitely coming along. Recommended traits, Talaxian, Survivalist, and Innovator. I don't know if we have those guys. Oh, we have more people. So we can get B'Elanna. She's a Klingon Innovator. And we could have Survivalist. I don't have any of those. So part of me wants to send, like, all joking aside, although it would be extremely funny if Harry Kim was, like, the most skilled person. But don't we, in fact, want to have, like, everybody get leveled up? So let's send Tuvok. Oh, yeah, look, he's got phaser ability. Yes, so B'Elanna has science and mechanics, and he's got Starfleet and mechanics, and then Tuvok has that. So this fills out everything that we want to have. Is there a definition of what these symbols mean someplace? I mean, clearly that's science. This is galactic knowledge, maybe? It doesn't really matter. We're going to go ahead. Hold on. I'm satisfied with you. Yes. The away team materializes in a small valley between dead volcanoes. The sun burns down on them mercilessly. The air is hot and dry, and a sandy wind whips into their eyes. Captain, our tricorders are malfunctioning, probably because of the energy impulses. How do we get our bearings in the dust bowl? We've really got the only one option. Struggle through it to a vantage point. So we'll do that, and just hope it doesn't come out red. The away team pushes forward, battling the strong winds and low visibility. Finally, they emerge onto a ledge with a clearer view of the surrounding area. In the distance, they spot the Kazan Ogla settlement. However, the wind is picking up and a massive sandstorm is approaching from the south. I don't know who this is. Captain, a sandstorm is heading our way. We need to find cover fast. Well, we can have these two work together. Oh, look, B'Elanna has it in one. Innovator, design an intelligent shelter to withstand the storm. I feel like that's our best option, because then only one person gets fatigued. So we're going to do that. B'Elanna wastes no time. With impressive efficiency, she swiftly constructs a wind-resistant shelter from the surrounding debris, all while grumbling about the perceived incompetence of the Starfleet team. After what seems like an eternity, the storm subsides. The away team emerges unharmed and sets off in the direction of the Kazan Ogla settlement. And, yo, we got some more stuff. That's going to put us over the limit. Oh, I'm slightly disappointed. I guess it's better to have too much than too little, right? It's a red shirt? Oh, no. I think she was wearing red, too. Captain, we've reached the settlement. How should we approach the people here? Well, Neelix has it exactly. Approach in this typical Starfleet manner. Approach intimidatingly. Weapons at the ready. Well, this is really good for morale, it looks like. Yeah. I feel like especially since it's tutorial time, we're still gonna play it safe. Sorry, I need a drink very quickly. I'm, like, tickle throat. Alright. Neelix bounds forward, greeting the Kazan Ogla in his usual boisterous manner. The women and children seem to recognize him, but their expressions are skeptical rather than welcoming. The men approach cautiously, weapons in hand. A tall Kazan emerges from the settlement, Jabin, their leader. At the sight of Neelix, his face darkens. In the background, a badly bruised young woman who looks nothing like the Kazon, but more like a human with pointy ears, peeks around a corner. Oh, so like most Star Trek characters then. Does she have anything on her forehead? It seems like the Kazon don't find Neelix as charming as he led us to believe. How should we appease them, Captain? Well, so Neelix is down a little bit. We'd rather do B'Elanna or Tuvok. And B'Elanna has it again. Look at this. Offer water. Sorry, I'm going to take a moment here. B'Elanna is the one who's going to navigate the diplomatic. It's just, B'Elanna has a lot of great features, especially in the early series, like smoothing over tense relationships was not among them. But that's our best chance. I mean, look, it goes well beyond. And I gotta say, we might even throw him in there, because if we could get the golden outcome. Yeah, look at this. Look, it might make him more tired, but he kind of misled us. So I think that we're going to do it. Critical success. The away team offers Jabin water from the replicators. Fascinated by this technology, Jabin accepts the offer and becomes more receptive. He explains that the Ocampa live underground, their access controlled by the Caretaker, who also provides their only source of water. As proof, Jabin points to the bruised woman he is holding as a slave. Oh, I'm much less happy with this guy now. An Ocampa. He explains that she is one of the few who have managed to reach the surface. Suddenly, Neelix grabs a phaser. He points it at Jabin and demands the Ocampa woman he freed. I'm pro Neelix on this. Sometimes certain approaches in away missions bear additional risks. Dangerous approaches are marked by a danger level indicator. Got it. Failing such a challenge can result in injuries and even fatalities. You guys, it would be amazing if Neelix died here. Oh, what a different series it would be. Oh, you guys, it's a golden choice. Hold on, this is for chat. We're gonna do what chat votes. Phaser fire is the vote by a commanding amount too. So we're gonna have Tuvok wave his phaser around. So also look at the rewards. I really wasn't paying attention to this before. Here this would be 100 morale, but this thing that we're gonna do is gonna be 150 deuterium, which we can use, and 15 more duranium. I'll get it eventually. The away team lays down covering fire, forcing the Kazon to take cover. This allows them to minimize their exposure to enemy fire. Jabin, though furious, seems to acknowledge the away team's fighting skills. They escape with no casualties. Ta-da! So we come away with, oh, so much of this is going to go in the garbage. But again, it's better to have too much. It feels like a real waste. 200 morale and 150 more deuterium, and everybody leveled up. Successful challenges 4, critical success 1, injury-free bonus, sector 1, and total is 375. Safely back on Voyager, Neelix surprises the rest of the away team as he and the rescued women kiss passionately. Don't ask how old she is. How deep does their relationship between the two go?
My dearest Kess, didn't I promise I'd save you?
Oh no, I have to do a Jennifer Lien. If anybody hasn't ever heard this woman speak, nobody talks like she does. I hope that she's doing well. She kind of famously didn't have a great time on or after Voyager. I hope she's doing okay. Oh no, I can't do a Kess at all. Oh no. I knew you would come for me, my love. You lied and endangered my crew. This is not how trust is built, Mr. Neelix. He was desperate, Captain, but I understand. I want to repay you and your crew for saving me. As Jabin said, the access to the underground city is controlled by the Caretaker. There is a tunnel, but the Caretaker sealed it with a security barrier. We may be able to transport through the barrier if it has the slightest breach. A transporter signal amplifier would be necessary. Excellent idea. Kess, can you help us once we've located the breach? Of course, it's the least I can do. I'm grateful. Now, conversation over. Ask Kess what she knows about the Caretaker. Ask how Kess, oh, you don't want to know. Gets really weird. Ask Kess why she came to the surface. Well, this is going to be top of her mind and it's top of the list. What do you know about the Caretaker? What can you tell us about the Caretaker? For generations, he has provided the Ocampa with food, water, energy, and protection from the outside world. Any idea why he does it or where he came from? No, we do have stories and legends about him, but they're just stories and legends. No, we're going to save this for last. Ask Kess why she came to the surface. Kess, if it's so dangerous on the surface, why did you leave your home? I felt a strong pull to explore the world beyond the city. I yearned for the freedom to discover new things and learn about myself. Seeing my people so dependent on the caretaker, unable to even think for themselves, it was unbearable. We once possessed telepathic abilities, but these atrophied over many generations. So how did the two of you crazy kids get together? Kess, Mr. Neelix, I'm curious, how did you two meet? Oh, I met Kess while I was trading with the Kazon Ogla. They enslaved her, but she was kind even to someone like me. I had to get her out. He visited, brought me gifts, and made me laugh. He was the nicest person I'd met in my 2 years of living. He was the only good thing in that terrible place. We fell in love. I admit I used you, Captain. I apologize, but I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Ocampa mature physically, intellectually, and emotionally very quickly. Still has been alive for like 2 years, like it's just weird, and then we'll move on. Like I won't make it a whole thing. Hello to Platform Platypus, and thank you for the follow to Onami. Do Starfleet ships have poop decks? The Enterprise D famously has one bathroom. And like they point at it. Where was that, Jabs? There's like some documentary, something like where is the restroom on the Enterprise? And they're like right here. And it is actually marked in a way that you wouldn't necessarily see on a standard definition television. I thought Gene Roddenberry acting like stereotypical coked out producer in Star Trek the movie was hilarious. Oh, there's so many stories out of that. One bathroom is in the technical diagram. Yeah, like they have a technical book. We have things to do. All right, someone get started on that transporter signal amplifier. And Kess, we'll go to sickbay to have you examined. Captain, the science lab is back online. We can start researching the signal amplifier. Transporter signal amplifier. Oh, I'm ahead of the game. Well, this is great. Let's do this for 3 cycles. Analysis is 3 remaining. Assign a hero to the room to receive an efficiency bonus, but someone would have to know science. Oh, Belana knows science, and she's not doing anything. But Harry Kim knows more science. And if I'm being perfectly blunt, I'm not actually sure what his job is. I'm just going to say I don't really know what the con officer does, right? Or no, ops. Con pilots the ship. The ops officer explains to the television camera what's happening. And I don't think that we need that right now. So Harry, oh, hello. No, we're going to have Carrie go in. How do we do this? Yes, there he goes. So instead of 3, it's 3. I don't really know how he helps out, but maybe he'll get some experience points or something. Okay. We have 0 work crews available. Activate sickbay. We're actually working on that. And research the transporter signal. And we don't have enough crew quarters, but I don't think that we have space for it yet. We really... Wait. Actually, you know what? I want to pause this because otherwise it's all going to go out the airlock. Can we stop this from happening? Yes, for now. Until we can spend some of this. Can we repair any other decks? No, because we need these purple blobs. And we need different amounts for different... Yeah. Alright, can we do this? No. Can we do this? No. How about this? Oh, wait, I might have been reading the wrong thing, but the point is we can repair this, and this will take up some of our deuterium. So let's repair the workshop. And now everybody's busy. I just want to make sure that we don't, like, waste stuff, because this is worth... How much was it? 24. Like, that's a lot for me right now. Okay, and now we also have our science field, so we can go here. Simulator says Ops controls the sensors. Platform Platypus says sharing a bathroom with a Klingon sounds terrifying. Operations in the military do a lot, but it's hard to explain. And then hello to Fox McCloud, who knocks on the door. You taking shit in there or talking talking to yourself? It's tough to discern the sounds. That's one thing about the first season of Discovery that I'll warn people. They really went for it with the actually having people speak Klingon, and it turns out that language is not given to brevity. There's so many, like, they go on for so long, some of those scenes of the actors just barking out this nonsense language, and then in subtitles you've read it 8 times before they get through the spoken dialogue. Scan the anomaly from a safe distance. Conduct... Oh, you guys, but we should do it to see what happens when you get into orange. Let's do it. We can get plus 40... Wait, do we have a limit on science? Current amount. We're producing it. Okay. Yeah, let's conduct the detailed analysis, and if it's bad, then we'll find out. Maybe Harry will get in trouble. Oh no, we did it. And the crew blew up. Sorry, the hull got damaged. The analysis was only partially successful. The spatial phenomenon damaged our hull. Where is the hull shown? It's got to be here somewhere. Wait, maybe it's here. Warp core, morale, combat. Oh, nice. It shows you how many cycles until you run out. So that's good to know. And then we've got morale. I'm assuming it's 20 out of 100 hit points that we lost, hull points. But I'd really like to see that somewhere. I don't see anything about it here, which, like, you would think anywhere it would be on the combat screen. Like, can we fix that? I guess for now we won't worry about it. That's weird that we've damaged the hull and I don't know where to look for that. No, I'm not sure. Anyway, so we don't need any more of this, and we always need some more deuterium, so why don't we go here? Oh, Crow, hello to Crow, who says go to one ship. Let's look at that in a second. Enter ship, which this is probably it. Access the tech tree to research new upgrades. This way you can upgrade rooms or unlock passive bonuses to improve efficiency. Certain technologies first require an upgrade of the tier of a technological category. Okay, we'll work that out. Unlocking a new tech costs research points. Research points are produced by active science labs, but can also be gained as rewards, assuming that you don't damage the ship's hull when you go for them. So we've researched the transporter signal amplifier, and now we can craft the transporter signal amplifier blueprints. Captain, the blueprints for the signal amplifier are complete. However, to start production, we'll need to repair the workshop. I am actually ahead of you, Tuvok. Look at that. Workshop repaired, Captain. We can start production of the signal amplifier. Okay, good. And we can use up some more of this. It's weird to want to use it up, but we're doing stuff that we want. So we're going to do that. And can we assign a hero here? Yes, I bet that B'Elanna would be good at this. There we go. Okay, and now, hold on. Let's zoom out. We're on ship. Does it show here? We still got morale. Yes, hold on. We have... I want to put one of our work crews to work, because we have one. But maybe we can have them repair the hull. We can't do that. Oh, phaser control. Let's repair that probably. I'm gonna look at Crow again. And hi. Hold on. Oh, that's the actual warp core. Transporter room, workshop. And we still don't have any purple parts. Main engineering. Can we do anything here? Oh, right. That's where that is. It really feels like it should be on this screen. Well, oh, the torpedo. So I was about to say that, what was it? The phaser control room, but the torpedo. Actually, it looks like we don't have any torpedoes. But let's do this anyway, because we've seen several places where we could have used a torpedo to get more stuff. Okay, and then let's click on this. The Borg tree is not yet available to us. Let's stay on the tutorial stuff. So let's do the... Well, I have to assume it's going to be on tier 1. Crew? No. Oh, wait. We need to manufacture it, right? Instead of research it? I'm so sorry. I've got a little bit turned around. We've already done the research on it. We needed to go to the workshop. And they are currently making it. Okay, so we can research whatever we want. We want better rooms, because we didn't have the technology for that, if we could do it. Oh, good. Oh, thank God. We've got access to the holodeck. We wouldn't want to miss out being on, like, Treasure Planet or whatever. Plasma torch. What does this do? Clearing ruined rooms gives 25% more. You know what? If we're going to get that, it's better to get that really early, right? Then again, I am kind of flush on that, so hold on. No, I choose not to. Small battery compartment stores surplus energy from the warp core, can temporarily provide up to 120 energy before the gray mode gets activated. That sounds really useful, especially again early on. And since we have a lot of deuterium, having more of it isn't very helpful. Inspired workforce bonuses are increased by 20%. That can be like a little bit later, I feel like. Science would be field training. Increases XP gain for heroes and away missions by 10%. That is so far my favorite. Because the better they are, then the less likely they are to die, and the better our rewards are all of the time. Fox says, when he said Tuvok, I keep thinking Tupac, just rapping into his communicator. Produces 50 food every 10 cycles by growing plants in a non-soil medium. Well, food has not yet been introduced, so although we'll want that eventually, it's not really a crisis for us right now. Hull reinforcement sounds like a good idea, given that we just put a big old ding in the ship. But again, I can't even find the section where that's shown. Captain's acknowledgement. Increases morale gain after 1 combat by 50 morale. We've done 0 combat so far. And then the Borg is the Borg. So I think small battery compartment. I feel like if we get this now, we can store up some extra electricity while we have it, and then we'll have fewer days in gray mode. So we're going to do that. I'm so sorry. That is happening now, right? Yes, okay. Just want to double check that I did the thing. And now we go back to system. And hoping to get some more deuterium. We've detected massive deuterium levels in the atmosphere of this Class J gas giant. Atmospheric conditions are harsh, but the potential fuel yield is exceptional. Well, the thing about 800 is that it's more than we can store. And this is also more than we can explore. So why don't we just take what we can safely? Yeah, we're maxed out. Okay, done. And there's deuterium over here, but we have to clear out parts of the ship, so to go get it feels, again, wasteful. What's this? Okay, that's just our, like, history. Repair and activate the sickbay, which we're working on. Explore the tech tree, we're doing that. Craft transporter signals, we're doing that. So I think that we want to go back to the planet, right? And then we'll be there when they're done doing their work. Platform Platypus says, Tuvok Shakur. with the apostrophe. Get the batteries, and then we can use the holosuite. We need it. The holosuite. I think it's really difficult to tell an interesting story about a ship stranded on the other side of the galaxy unless you're also hanging out in a pool hall. Like, I remember all those black and white episodes they did where they were like in a 1930s radio serial style. I know it's not radio, but like that whole thing. Like, I have all the respect in the world for that conceptually, except you are in the Delta Quadrant. There has to be a better use of our time. The signal amplifier has been completed and is ready for use, Captain. It would be wise to make haste back to the Akampa. Again, Tuvok, we are of a mind. This is the least shamed that I've felt by a Vulcan in a while. Injured and sick crew will be placed in the sickbay automatically. After treatment, they'll go back to work. Increase the efficiency of the sickbay by assigning a suitable hero. Computer, initiate an emergency medical holographic program. With no other options available, Captain Janeway activates not even a mention of the original medical staff. Like, who even are you? Activates Voyager's emergency medical hologram. A shimmering figure materializes in sickbay, ready to provide critical care. Please state the nature of the medical emergency. I think I can get to a better Picardo than that, but no time soon. Doctor, our chief medical officer is dead. You'll have to take care of sickbay for now, and this patient, Kess. There's no need for concern. I am capable of treating any injury or disease. A broken ulna, a few minor bruises and grazers, nothing I can't handle. You are in most capable hands, young lady. Thank you, Doctor. That's very kind of you. I expect you to do your best, Doctor. Do my best? Captain, I am programmed for optimal medical care. What else would I do? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a patient to attend to, and a sickbay to reorganize. Okay, we've done that, and we have a work crew, and now we have some storage. It is, bad at math, 33, yes, okay. So, let's clear out this room and get 24. I wonder if, like, if you go 2 cycles down, that doesn't restart, right? Thank you for the follow, by the way. Fox McCloud says, holodeck, computer, create a 20th century shopping mall with a decent amount of people in it. Have them walking around, visiting different stores, buying items, eating at the food court, all of them happy and content with their lives. Give me a wallet with $300 and a credit card. Lastly, have music from the vaporware genre playing throughout the mall. Disengage safety protocols, execute. This is very specifically a reference to something, and I don't know what it would be, unless it's the movie Chopping Mall, which has a really fun robot in it. All of our work crews are done. We've done this. And that freed up a work crew. So do we do anything in here? See, for now, I feel like we could switch this off. I don't even think we have any... I'm assuming, like, if I was to draw a picture of a torpedo, it would look like that, except the lines would be less straight. So I feel like we don't have any torpedoes. When we need to turn something off, this is the first thing that happens. But that's where we are. This is still not doable. This is not doable. Can we assign a second person to help out with this? Oh, I should have paused it. I canceled it instead. My bad. Okay, well, lesson learned. That's why we're in the tutorial. Holodeck. No life support. And then this is not doable. I just want to make sure that we're not leaving... Oh, right. We could do this. Repair this. Done. Okay, phasers. And now we'll go back here. Phaser control room up and running. Feel like we want to keep that ready. Moderate damage to shields and moderate damage to hull. Providing more energy to weapons increases the fire rate. Okay, good to know. That's basically it. Like, we've got a work crew. I think soon they will be extremely busy, but for right now, I feel like there's not any... Can we do anything here? No. That's it. Okay. They get to go on break. Let's go back to the system. And we're here. Captain, we've reached our destination. Orders? Okay, so... I guess Cass is coming down, because she's going to introduce us to the Ocampa. And then we want to have somebody who's with Starfleet and has some wrenches and phasers. So... yeah, see, his galactic knowledge doesn't really help out. Tuvok's our only phaser person, so I think that he goes. And then somebody with wrenches. The only recommended trade is Ocampa. We're going to send Ensign Kim. Upon materializing near the tunnel entrance, a group of Kazon is already there, tinkering with the security barrier in frustration. As soon as they notice the away team, they flinch in fear and back off a bit.
Watch out!
One of them shouts. Shouts one of them.
The foreign warriors are back.
Oh, nice. I think that they remember that previous encounter, which is cool. Captain, the Kazon seem hesitant, almost fearful. What are your orders? Oof. Oh boy. Bluff to open fire if they don't retreat. Why is this a Kess thing? How about Tuvok does that? Oh, you guys, it didn't say anything about... maybe it did and I didn't pay attention to it. If we had Neelix, then we could have done that. Ignore the Kazon and proceed directly to the tunnel entrance. I'm a little bit worried about this. This is not a great option, but it's the better one. Okay, we did it. The away team confidently ignores the Kazon, heading straight for the tunnel entrance. The Kazon, intimidated by the away team's fearless demeanor, makes no attempt to stop them. Captain, we've reached the tunnel entrance, using the transporter signal amplifier now to find possible breaches in the security barrier. Okay, now we've got a much better shot. Yeah, Ensign Kim can do this right now. Use the amplifier to locate breaches in the barrier. Wait, these are the exact same thing with the exact same rewards. That's odd. But why don't we just have him do this? Why is it 37 here and 32? I don't understand. Oh, one is mechanical and one is science. But we're going to do this. No, actually, we're going to do this because it's more gold. And then do we want to have her participate as well? So here's my assumption. When we actually get in there, she's going to do most of our talking. We want to have her, like, not be fatigued. Tuvok can join in right now, and we're going to have a very high chance of an awesome reward. So let's do that. The away team deploys the transporter signal amplifier, carefully scanning the barrier for any vulnerabilities. After a tense few minutes, they locate a small breach in the energy field. They successfully transport themselves through the opening and into the tunnel. Beyond the barrier, the tunnel opens into a breathtaking sight. Embedded in a large cavern is a futuristic environment with smooth white walls glowing in warm white light and sprinkled with patches of green. This is the Ocampa City. And we got, instead of the 10 science, we got 15. Captain, we're inside the Ocampa City, but it's a maze of streets and chambers. How should we proceed to find Tom and Chakotay? Yeah, okay, so we're gonna let Kess do the search. Which is 200 morale, which... I feel like our morale is really high. But look at this. Like, this is so odd. Like, this is almost a guaranteed failure. So we're going to have Kess do it. Oh, see, Crow recognized Fox's reference. I did not. Kess approaches the group of Ocampa, respectfully asking for assistance in locating the missing Tom and Chakotay. The Ocampa, touched by her concern, eagerly provide directions to a medical facility. The away team eventually finds their crew members, awake but disoriented, surrounded by strange medical equipment. Chakotay instinctively reaches for a weapon, but before any confrontation can occur, the ground starts to shake violently. A message from Captain Janeway cuts through the joy of reunion. The Caretaker array has apparently repositioned itself and is now firing at the tunnel entrance. We need to get out of here, so we can lead the team through the collapsing tunnels, or clear a path through any debris or obstacles. This has a much higher chance of success. The away team clears a path through the collapsing tunnels, using their phasers to blast away debris and create a safe passage. They dodge falling rocks and collapsing ceilings, ensuring everybody escapes safely. Soon they reach the exit, the security barrier, the only thing standing between them and their escape. The tremors are interfering with the signal amplifier's focus, Captain. The connection is constantly being interrupted. We can't beam out like this. Well, Harry's got a solution here. The options, well, we can do one of two things. This one has 0 rewards, though, so I think we're going to do the second one. Analyze the tremor's interference pattern and recalibrate the transporter signal amplifier accordingly. Isn't it going to be hilarious when this guy remains an ensign for, like, his entire career? Because so far, he's really coming in. He's really coming in clutch where the team needs him. Yep. The team analyzes the tremor's interference pattern and quickly recalibrates the transporter signal amplifier to compensate. The transporter signal stabilizes, allowing the away team to lock onto the beam and materialize safely back on Voyager. And we got a lot of science for that, too. Ta-da! Ensign Kim is now officially the best guy on the team. Crow says, a silly cartoon meme where the janitor on the Enterprise lists some of the rather risque requirements for a holodeck encounter. The thing about the holodeck is anything that is actual biological matter is real, and anything that is created by the hologram goes away. Holograms are just light and force fields sort of like holding them together, which means that anything that's like you bring in with you would still be there afterwards. And I'm just saying that I don't really feel like I would ever want to use the holodeck immediately after Will Riker. I feel like we're going to get the cleaning crew in there first, just hose that down real good. I'm fine, thanks. I can wait. Back on Voyager, Tom Paris breathes a sigh of relief while Chakotay eyes his Starfleet rescuers with suspicion. The Maquis commander struggles to understand this sudden alliance. Commander Chakotay, welcome aboard Voyager. I'm Captain Catherine Janeway, and Mr. Paris, it's good to have my pilot back. He is technically the pilot, it's just that's not really where he was 24 hours ago. What, no champagne? Not even the replicated? I don't have a Chakotay at all. I'm Commander Chakotay of the Maquis. Torres, what's going on here? Long story, Chakotay. Short version, we're stuck with Federation sycophants in the Delta Quadrant. And we share a common goal, getting back home. Anything you learned on the planet could help us. I think he was unconscious most of the time, though. Let's do our optionals. What did you learn about the Caretaker? Like, that's really the important part. The Ocampa seemed perfectly pleasant, but we want to go home. Did you learn anything about the Caretaker? They say he's been acting out of the ordinary lately, abducting people. And he increased their power supply to half a decade. And he destroyed the tunnels. Sounds like he's preparing for something, but what? What did you learn about the Ocampa? What can you tell us about the Ocampa? Naive, friendly, they don't get out much, and that's good because they wouldn't survive. Apparently they've been living underground for longer than anyone can remember. That's true. Our ancestors lived on the surface once. Ancient journals tell us the Caretaker opened a deep chasm and led us underground. Any idea why? They mentioned a warming. The day our surface turned into a desert. On that day, the Caretaker appeared and built our city. Since then, he has provided for the Ocampa. To ensure their survival, so I don't have to have a Tuvok. Say that again? Captain, there is enough evidence for me to form a reasonable hypothesis. The Ocampa homeworld turned into a desert from one day to the next. The Caretaker's immediate arrival seems to be no coincidence. I assume he is responsible for the ecological damage. Building the underground city and caring for them, he seems to be trying to make amends. In addition, it was mentioned that the Caretaker provided the Ocampa with a mere 5 years' worth of energy, coupled with the destruction of the access tunnels, and his frequent references to running out of time. The logical conclusion is that he does not intend to continue his role as Caretaker. I believe he is dying. If he dies, how the hell are we supposed to get home? Ask if they know why they were sent to Ocampa. The Caretaker mentioned that you might have what he needs. Can you make sense of that? We woke up covered in scabs. The Ocampa said we were sent away to prevent some kind of plague. Except we weren't sick before. They also mentioned the others with the same disease, but they didn't last. They died? I want you both in sickbay now. Get the hell away from me. Sailor figures the holodeck just laser sterilizes the entire room once all the people are out. If it could do that, you would expect that to have vaporized at least 3 people per season, because the safety protocols in the holodeck are the first thing to fail. 2 things fail in the holodeck: the safety protocols and the ability to leave. Those are if something breaks, those are the first 2 things. It's kind of like how when you're driving your car, the check engine light means that the brakes no longer work, and also all the doors won't open. Captain, their condition is unusual. It appears to be cellular disruption caused by the introduction of foreign genetic material. Their bodies are rejecting it, rather violently, I might add. They're fortunate. A few more days and the cellular disruption would have been fatal. Foreign genetic material? For what purpose? An excellent question, Commander. It appears to have been introduced deliberately, though why anyone would want to inject them with incompatible DNA is beyond my comprehension. Prognosis, Doctor? I've already started the treatment. With my expertise, they should make a full recovery. The Doctor's discovery further confirms my hypothesis, Captain. Aware of his imminent death, the Caretaker is enacting measures to safeguard the Ocampa for as long as possible. However, they will run out of energy eventually, so he seeks a successor, one who would continue his work. This explains the abduction and subsequent testing of individuals from various sectors. If he dies before finding a suitable successor, we'll be stranded. We have to return to the array before it's too late. Captain, given the Caretaker's reluctance to cooperate, a more assertive approach may be necessary. The Vulcan's right. If that overgrown energy blob won't send us home, we'll blast our way out. Phasers, torpedoes, the whole shebang. I believe a bit of tactical planning is in order. Shields first, then phasers. Our offensive and defensive capabilities have been restored. So far ahead of him. However, I suggest a test run to verify system functionality and to assess our temporary flight control officer's performance in battle. Excuse me? This ace pilot knows more maneuvers than Starfleet can throw Greek letters and numbers together. Except for the one evading Starfleet custody. Gentlemen, enough. Tuvok is right. We need to test our combat systems, but we lack a sparring partner. You have one, our ship. Seriously, Chakotay? All the Maquis on the Valjean as Starfleet target practice? What could possibly go wrong? B'Elanna, focus. We need preparation. I will pilot the Valjean, Captain. Just remember to set your phasers to simulation. You guys, is there going to be an option? Where do I upgrade the deflector? I don't know. I'm just now starting. So I have not done any upgrades on the deflector. I'd be happy to share that information if I had it. B'Elanna and Chakotay are unavailable. Oh, she's not going to work in our workbench anymore. But then again, she already did the thing. Each combat encounter, you may choose up to 3 heroes to utilize their specific strengths and abilities. Okay. I mean, why not? So, I don't think we need a rousing speech. Let's have... Oh, Tuvok is level 3. That's right, he went on a second thing. And Tom and Harry. So, hold on. Tuvok does coordinated attack, fires 2 simultaneous phaser salvos, dealing increased damage. Tom Paris can do an evasive maneuver, dodges enemy attacks for a limited time, granting a brief window of invulnerability, 26-second cooldown. Harry Kim does shield hacking, hacks enemy shield frequencies, increasing the shield penetration rate of Voyager's weapons by 20%. So we'd really want to do his and then Tuvok's, I would think. The Voyager will fight semi-autonomously. Phasers are fired automatically, torpedoes manually, with one is the button down here. You control the ship by opening the command menu, which is over here, and deciding how to approach the enemy.
What are your orders, Captain?
Order your ship to try and attack or defend a side with either defensive or offensive movement. Fleeing requires the enemy engines to be damaged, while surrendering costs resources as a form of payment. You can also repair damaged subsystems. Proceed to offensive movement. Hold on, it's throwing a lot at us. So this is defensive, this is offensive. That makes sense, crosshairs. And then 3 is fleeing, so hopefully not hitting that too often. 4 is repairing, and 5 is... Oh, when you want to surrender. Okay. White flag. Got it. Let's do this. And... I guess we get to select what we want to attack. Do I have any information about them? They have all of their shields, but it looks like their shield isn't very good. Yeah, okay. Let's focus on that for now.
Attack the port side, Captain.
Attack left. That seems fine. So do we just do it? Jab says, do you want to know how to reverse polarity? That's always the most important thing to do. That, and you've got to get something hooked into the EPS conduits. Those things are miracles. Evasive maneuver dodges. Okay, hero abilities can be activated by selecting them with the mouse or pressing the number keys. Oh, down here. On controller, yeah, we're not using controller. A blue outline indicates the ability is activated, while a white cooldown shows the cooldown time until the ability is ready to use again. So we want to do 3 and then 1.
Ability ready, Captain.
All right, I'm trying to 1.
Enemy shields destroyed, Captain.
Okay, hold on. Then we probably want to do something else, right? Because we've cut through their shields, and look, their weapons are vulnerable. I think. Like, if that's their shield, and that's their sensor array, and that's their engines, then we want to disable their weapons. So we're going to do offensive actions against their weapons.
Moving to attack the front, Captain.
Okay, hold on. That looked like it's successful. They're dead. So now let's see if we can do something about their shields. So we're going to do offensive shields.
Moving to attack the port side, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain.
Well, not yet. Okay, now that system is dead. So, what is this? Is it their sensors, their targeting? Do I have that? I do, and I still don't know what it is. Disable the shield generator. Oh, well, I mean, we did that,
Ability
so
ready, Captain.
Maybe it'll tell us something new now? Okay, well, we're gonna attack their engines then. Attack. Oh, warp core. That's what that is. Okay, was just looking for where I could interact with it. Even in simulation mode, that seems a little dangerous. Let's go for their engines.
Attack the aft, Captain.
Plus, we've got a nice clear shot at their aft. Lizzie has been in Lurkies. Hope you're having fun. It's been a lot of fun so far. Wait, I didn't flee, I hope. Or did I flee? Well, whatever. Boom! That's how it's done. Not bad for a temporary guy, huh, Tuvok? Your methods were unconventional. However, the objective was achieved, an acceptable performance. One more thing, Captain. Whatever awaits us at the array, the Valjean should be in a support position for Voyager. Alright, have the transporter room standing by in case your crew needs an emergency beam out. Let's show this quadrant what we're really made of. Okay, so... do we want to... we have to go back to the array, but do we want anything from here before we go? In 3 cycles, we're going to get a lot. I've forgotten how much, but it's fine. And we've still got a work crew that's not doing anything. And... we've got a lot of deuterium. I feel like we've done everything here. Oh, wait, did we want to do anything else at the workshop? We can switch it off. There's nothing to craft, and we've got a hero there. Okay. I feel like we just go. We've scanned everything. Anything that we pick up duranium-wise, we don't get experience points for that. It's only on the away missions from what we've seen. And we've picked up all the deuterium from here. So yeah, flying around is actually counterproductive. So let's go to sector. Yeah, we're going to go over here. Hopefully I'm muted. I just had to cough. Sorry. Jab was saying, I wonder what your reaction was when I told you had forgotten to make acid weapons. I hadn't been thinking of acid weapons at the time, and when you pointed out, well, acid is really good against electricity, I was like, sure, let's give it a shot. And that's when I started to think about, like, which ones there were. But on that one, like, I was so root gun focused that it's less that I'd forgotten and more that I wasn't thinking in that direction. You have really, really good instincts on what weapons, or like good knowledge of what weapons are going to be good. And we hadn't really talked about the acid hand weapons so much as the acid spewers. And then on this most recent one, I completely biffed and didn't build any acid towers at all. But the hand weapon, I think, did pretty well. We've dismantled the ruined room. And if we can do a crew quarters here... Oh, you can really get up to it. Hold on. Now, the only trouble is we don't have the technology to do this, and this is going to waste some space, isn't it? Because this is only 2 cubes. But... Hold on, sorry. When it comes... Like, there's no place else for us to put a room, and we still have people that are not housed. Wait, we could do this. Hold on. Except that, again, is too much uranium. So, in the interest of, like, moving forward... Well, hold on. What else can we do in here? Technology. We don't have any of this stuff. We can't do that. Oh, hold on. Engineering office. Hold on. We can increase our storage capacity. Let's do that. Room size is 3. Oh, look. Hold on. I can't really point at it, but over on the right-hand side. We want to improve our storage. So let's do that on our 3 square. That's better than building a 2 square room and then having some space left over. Yes, hello to Kaz, who says, I see we're trekking across the universe. So far, yeah, people are doing, like, the crew is doing okay. How are we... We are researching something. And we cannot assign a second team. I didn't check out the bridge at all. No, okay. And then we can't do anything there. Wait, we've used up a bunch of duranium, so now we can clear out this room. Yep. Cool. Alright, and now we keep going. Okay, I'm a little low on deuterium in that I think on the way over, maybe we could stop here. And if we stop here, we can maybe get something there. Let's go here first. Kazabel has been playing some Helldivers 2 with Casey. I hope you're having a great time with that. You and I have connected on that. That's a really, really fun game. Okay, cargo bay. And we can do a small battery compartment, which we'd like to do. And we can research things now. Okay, this is a lot to think about. Tier 2, what if I click on this? Well, that'll take some dilithium, which I don't have a way to get more of right now. Kind of feels like a good time to get it, though. Plasma torch. So maybe we do want to do this now, because we're going to have a lot of rooms ahead of us, and we can maybe store some more stuff. Let's probably do that. That's the mess hall. We can't do this. Reveal this technology. I feel like that's got to be tied to story advancement. Crew quarters. I think we want to do this. It's interesting that it houses fewer people, though. I'm going to say, let's make sure that we can always get the maximum amount of stuff. We're going to take the plasma torch. Waste not, want not. Okay, so that's happening now. We exit that. This cargo bay is ready. Each cargo bay can store only one type of resources. I don't know. I feel like I've seen different kinds of boxes in those rooms. Build more cargo bays or upgrade existing ones to increase the amount you can store. Well, by default, I think we'd probably want to have deuterium, but where do we select this? Right here. So we can add 500 deuterium, food, which has not yet been introduced, that or that. And hold on. So for right now, when we remove this, we're going to get some, but it's not going to fill us up. And we might get some more deuterium. So I think that we leave this on deuterium for now. And maybe we can switch it around later. I just wonder, like, if you're overloaded, does it just get jettisoned immediately? Does it warn you? We'll have to find out. Kaz is absolutely loving Helldivers 2. It's been the best surprise this year. It is really fun. Here is our ruined room. Right, true. Do we do another cargo bay? Honestly, I feel like we do. Engineering office. I don't need more work crews right now. Yeah, I think we do another cargo bay. Because then we can store the other thing. Okay, cool beans. Can I select now what it's going to house? No. But now, hold on, let me just double check. Yes, now we can get up to 1,500. So, risk to maneuver Voyager into the unknown of the cloud. With the potential payout of being 794, this is safer for 555. I feel like there's lots of other places for us to collect for, and I still don't know how to repair the hull. Oh, you guys, we have 38 torpedoes now. I wonder if those came online because we repaired the bay, or if we've been constructing those out of something. Okay, we got we got 555. And that takes us up above our old limit, which is really good. I feel like we can get some duranium later. Let's go to the array. Yes. Cargo bay. Yes. Enter ship. And let's set this to be the duranium for now. Okay. Yep. It just switches over and it's fine. And back to this. I like the fact that the ship goes around the star. Captain, we've reached our destination. It seems we were expected, Captain. It's the Kazon. The lead ship is hailing us. They're probably not calling to chat. I'll have our Maquis Raider manned. You'll have support if this turns into a fight, Captain. Excellent idea, but let's see what the Kazon have to say first.
Why are you here? Do you truly believe you can defeat us?
All we care about is getting home, Jobin. We'll beam over to the array and see if we can arrange that.
That's all? After your display of firepower? We do not fear you, but we're not fools.
We have no dispute with you.
Then leave. The array is ours.
This is absurd. We have no intention of challenging you.
The array is mine! Leave or face my wrath.
Jobin, can we discuss this like two civilized... He's disconnected, Captain, and they're powering up their weapons. Battle stations. Okay, so we've got us and the Maquis Raider. I don't know if we can command them or whatever. And, like, this crew seems pretty good. Again, I'm not sure that Neelix's talking is going to help out. I don't know, I like our odds. Let's do it. Also, use cloaking is an interesting button down here. That's from a season I didn't see.
What are your orders, Captain?
Well, I feel like we want to take out the escorts first, because they'll probably go down faster. Can we... I don't know what this means over here. Wait, hold on, that's the tab button. Ah, hold on, there we go. So, do we know anything about this thing's weapons? I guess it can just fire on all sides. All right, let's see if we can go... Oh, this guy's right in the way, though. let's see if we can go after this guy. This guy seems further away, assuming that these are distance markers. Let's see if we can take out this guy. And we will go to orders and offensive actions, and we will target their weapons if we can.
The front, Captain.
Oh, hold on. This is already going south. So, like, now he's on the other side of the guy. So let's go after this one instead. And we'll go to orders, offensive actions, and weapons.
Moving to attack the front, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Just want to make sure that we get into weapons. Okay, so we're going to do shield hacking, and then
Ability
double
ready,
phaser. Okay, their weapons are offline. I feel like we stop interacting with this, honestly. Like, we can still shoot at it, but we don't really want to destroy them, I don't think. So maybe we go after... Hold on. We can rotate around. Yeah, so the big one is between us and the next one. So let's focus on this guy. Let's see if we can attack their weapons. Offensive weapons.
Moving to attack the front, Captain.
Although, wait, we're not really in a good position for that. Based on where we are, we're better on their warp core. So let's do that instead.
Moving to attack the starboard side, Captain.
Yeah, I like going forward. If they're shooting from the front, then we don't want to...
Ability ready, Captain.
Hold on, I do like... You could have just kept going, though.
Ability ready, Captain.
Okay, we're doing Harry Kim to hack their shields, and then we're going to blast through that. Okay, up here, we're making some good progress on that. Torpedoes have to be fired manually, shift key or left trigger on controller. They're very powerful weapons causing great damage to systems and hull. Their effect is minimal against shields, so make sure you fire from the right angle. I feel like we've got this guy dead to rights, though.
Destroyed,
like, look, we're going to have their warp core offline in just a second. Yep.
An enemy is surrendered, Captain.
An enemy has surrendered. Enemy shields destroyed. So... Really, the big guy surrendered, but not the littler guy. Okay. And then support vessel beta seems just completely out of it. So let's see if we can just take out the last one. Offensive. We'll go after the weapons for now.
Captain.
Oh,
Ability ready,
whoops.
Captain.
Not sure that feels great since they had surrendered.
Enemy shields destroyed, Captain.
Okay, several hundred Kazon have been killed unnecessarily. You can hire allied ships on the bridge to help in combat. Only one ally might help at the same time. Unlock allies by fulfilling hidden objectives and researching certain techs. Once unlocked, they will be available for the rest of the game. Recruitment and upkeep cost resources. That went better than expected. Our raider is still in good shape. I'll keep it close by just in case more Kazon decide to show up.
You are strong.
Oh, he's still alive, it turns out.
You are strong, Captain, but there's strength in numbers. I've called for reinforcements. This array will be mine!
Then I guess we don't have much time. Hail the array.
Well, aren't you persistent?
We need you to send us back where we came from.
Impossible. I've barely enough strength to complete my work. I must protect the Ocampa. If I don't, the Kazon will steal their water. They won't be able to survive.
You must let go of the Ocampa. What happened to the Ocampa was your fault. I feel like he knows that. That's what the whole thing is about. What are we going to yell at him about it for? You must let go of the Ocampa. Sure. Did you ever consider allowing the Ocampa to care for themselves?
They're children.
Children grow up. They need challenges. Maybe the Ocampa are stronger than you think. I really don't feel like I want to say this. But I am curious about the dialogue. Something you did turn the planet into a desert, didn't it? It was the debt that could never be repaid.
We were explorers from another galaxy. We had no idea our technology would devastate their atmosphere. 2 of us were chosen to stay behind and care for them.
2? Where's the other?
She went off to look for more interesting places.
I don't know why that's locked. We did it. Send us home. You've dragged us into this. You need to send us... Captain! Jabin wasn't bluffing. His reinforcements have arrived. I could try to access the array's system to transport us to the Alpha Quadrant, Captain.
No, I'm fading. Time is up. If you leave, the array will be left to the Kazon. They will annihilate the Ocampa. You must destroy it.
Yeah, don't listen to him. We'll be stranded.
Please protect the Ocampa.
The Caretaker fades away, collapsing into an inert crystalline form. Janeway is now faced with an impossible choice. Return home to the Alpha Quadrant, leaving the Ocampa defenseless, or sacrifice Voyager's return to ensure their safety. The clock is ticking. He's gone. Captain, the Kazon are closing in. Shall I try to assess the primary control systems to send us back? You guys, it's actually a gold choice! Hold on. But the trouble is, if chat votes to access the primary control systems, what if it... Don't tell me, but what if we actually do go home? And that's the end. I want to play more, though. I think we honor our commitment. We do a poll. Simulator says chat is unified every time today. Oh, access the control system. That's the vote. Yes. Protecting the Ocampa would violate the Prime Directive. My responsibility is to this crew. Access the control systems. We're going home. You're abandoning the Ocampa? To hell with the Prime Directive. They deserve a chance to live. Oh, you guys, it's not guaranteed. Hold on. I was going to say that we'll go with the vote, but now we only have a 60% chance to do it successfully. I wonder what controls that. Hold on. We do another vote. It's a golden choice. Sam Leonard says chat is still unified. Oh, there it is. Follow through. So we'll roll the dice here. It's my ship, Commander. Tuvok, now. Attempting to access the primary control systems, Captain. Transit program initiated. The array is ready. Engage. Janeway makes the call. Voyager will return home. Tuvok activates the Caretaker's technology, and a blinding white light engulfs the ship. Uncertainty hangs in the air. Will it work? Will they make it back? Time seems to freeze as the crew braces for the unknown. Voyager materializes in the Alpha Quadrant. The familiar stars a welcome sight, but the joy of returning home quickly fades as Starfleet and the Maquis lock eyes. Just moments ago, they were allies, united by a common goal. Now, back in familiar territory, the reason for their alliance has vanished. We're back! We actually made it! You abandoned the Ocampa, Janeway, left them to the Kazon, another powerful enemy preying on the weak, just like the Cardassians. I won't apologize for putting my crew first, Chakotay. If you remember, the only reason you and I formed this alliance was to get our people home safely. And now we're back to being enemies? Is that it? You're gonna hand us over to Starfleet? Well, yes. I mean, they obviously would. So, arrest. It's not a golden choice, but yes, they would. I respect what we've accomplished together, Commander, but my loyalty belongs to Starfleet. You and your crew will be detained. I'm just saying, what would possibly be the after-action report? The mission report that Janeway says, well, they helped us out, so we decided to let them go. From this point of view of Starfleet, these are terrorists. You don't, shake hands and break bread and then say, oh, okay, GG, everything's good. I should have known better. Starfleet will always be Starfleet. You bastards! We fought side by side with you. We saved your ship. We helped you get home. You can't do this! I'm literally pressing buttons to make sure you don't do this. I can, I will. Lieutenant Tuvok, escort the commander and his crew to the brig. Aye, Captain. Commander, if you please. You talked about unity and working together. Always the noble heroes until it's inconvenient. You sicken me, Janeway. Captain, with all due respect, this isn't right. They helped us get home. They saved my life. We can't just hand them over. Oh, Ensign. Sir, this is your third day in Starfleet. Remind him of his place, yeah. That would be tremendously inappropriate on the bridge in front of everybody. Remind him of his place. I understand your emotions, Ensign, but you are out of line. I expect you to remember your place and follow orders. I apologize, Captain. Captain Janeway acted in accordance with Starfleet protocol. It was the only logical choice. So does this mean I'm heading back to that penal colony? Because honestly, I'd rather take my chances with the Borg than be locked up with Chakotay and the others. I promise, reassure him. He did his part. Like, his whole thing was, you're going to take us to where your friends are. And not only did he do that, but he navigated the ship. I don't see any reason why we would continue to punish him now. So, reassure him. Tom, I made you a promise, didn't I? And perhaps a certain pilot with your unique skills might find a place for himself on Voyager sooner than he thinks. That's music to my ears, Captain. I'll show Starfleet what this pilot extraordinaire can really do. Well, gentlemen, it seems our adventure has come to an end. Mr. Paris, set a course for Starfleet headquarters. It's time to report in and for a coffee break. Ta-da! Congratulations, Captain. You've discovered a hidden ending. Returning home via the Caretaker's array was never intended, but your ingenuity and determination have defied expectations. Also, your very flexible morality. However, this ending is not without consequences. The Ocampa will be left to fend for themselves against the Kazon, and Voyager's crew will miss out on the many adventures and challenges that await them in the Delta Quadrant. Are you sure this is the path you wish to take, or would you like to reconsider your decision and explore the intended storyline? Well, we're headed back to the main menu, so I'm not sure that's a real choice. So that'll do it for this stream, but let's see, can we explore the other way? So I don't want to restart the sector. What happens if we say continue game? Those appear to be the only options. Yeah. Because I had a lot of fun with this. This was very cool. So this does put us back here. Fly back to the array. Okay, so we got a hidden ending. And what we'll do if... I don't know. How do people feel? I'm kind of inclined to do some more of this at some point real soon. And what we would do is then just make the other choice and continue on. And I'll say this. If people are game, when we vote, like you just saw, when we vote on a golden choice, like if it doesn't end to a game over, we'll just roll forward. I think that would be super cool to do. The reason we're not voting on every single one is that it'd take a super long time to get anywhere. But is there a save? We can go to the Gamma Quadrant next. No, really, Gamma is like, okay. It's just what an odd thing to be like the one option that you get. Let's go back to the main menu and we'll pause it there.